What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego back with some more boxing. Looks like top-ranked CEO Bob Arum was on an Australian radio show, and he had a few things to say regarding Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao, and finally, possibly making that fight. Now, I think it's a lot of propaganda, and I think Bob Arum is using it as a platform to make the Manny Pacquiao Brandon Rios fight more interesting and help sell tickets. He knows that fans have been clamoring for this fight since '08, '09, whatever year it was, and people still want to see the Mayweather Pacquiao fight. So, by saying that, it's going to get people to tune into the Pacquiao-Rios fight, because he's saying if Pacquiao looks stellar in this particular fight against Rios, then a fight with Mayweather is possible. He said the only deterrent would be the fact that they both fight for opposing networks, and that's HBO and Showtime. But he cites an example. He says Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson was a fight that was made, and it was under similar circumstances. Lennox Lewis was an HBO fighter. Mike Tyson was a Showtime fighter at the time, and they were able to make the fights. And it's funny that he cites that as an example, because if you know boxing, or if you're following it back then, you'll know that Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson was a fight that was talked about amongst fans, and people wanted to see that fight for the longest. Lennox Lewis was on an incredible win streak, and Mike Tyson's always been feared and the baddest man on the planet. So it took years for that fight to actually come into fruition. I think Mike Tyson had his rant with like, "I'm gonna eat it, kids. Praise be Allah," and he was just going crazy. I believe that happened way before the actual fight transpired. So it's funny that he uses that as an example. Anyway, Pacquiao versus Mayweather, again, I think it's a ploy to kind of get it back in the fans' mind and generate interest for a fight that we all were on board for. So I don't really put much stake in it. Promoters are going to say whatever they want to sell their current fight, and boxing is a business, so it's convenient that it always comes out. It's like when a rap artist or any kind of artist, they're about to come out with a CD, Lady Gaga, all of a sudden there'll be leaked nude pictures of this artist or something crazy, something controversial about the artist conveniently right before they have a CD. If you look at Miley Cyrus, for example, Miley Cyrus had this crazy VMA appearance where she's twerking and all kinds of twerk videos. I was just in the store the other day, and guess what I seen on the shelf? A brand new Miley Cyrus album. So it always comes into play like that. So I pretty much chalk it up as one of those situations. As far as the fight, Pacquiao and Mayweather, I would watch it. They're both good fighters. I think it's lost some of its luster, though. And I do think that Pacquiao needs to avenge some of his losses before he's given a Mayweather payday. When he was on that win streak against Claudio and Cotto and Margarito and all them dudes, then, okay. But you've lost back-to-back twice. Even beating Brandon Rios, who is widely considered an underdog, widely considered a one-dimensional style that on paper Pacquiao should run through. And he's moving up in weight. I think Pacquiao needs to do more to climb back up that ladder. I don't think fighters should be just given opportunities based on their name, or just given opportunities despite what their recent performances have looked like. I mean, what's the point of them fighting if it doesn't matter if they do good or bad? They always remain in a certain position pound for pound, or they don't have to climb their way back to the ladder. Like, you got guys like Danny Garcia, and I'm not comparing Pacquiao to Danny Garcia, but Danny Garcia is still undefeated. He's still young, and he's still taking on tough opponents, the Amir Khans, the Lucas Matisses, the Zab Judas veterans, and he's finding a way to win. The Eric Morales twice came back, knocked them out in a devastating fashion. So he's constantly on the incline. So you have other fighters who have seemed to subside, or they've backtracked from where they were. Pacquiao was on this incredible win streak, and now recently he doesn't look like the same Pacquiao. He looked good in the fourth Marquez fight, but then he got knocked out. So, I mean, to me, that warrants him climbing back on the ladder. I don't give a fuck who you are, and that's with anyone. Amir Khan, I don't think he should just get a Mayweather payday. If they make the fight, it's purely because they feel Amir Khan has a name, can sell tickets, and brings a different demographic, being from the UK and being Muslim, but he hasn't earned it by any means, and I've stated that. I think he should avenge his losses. Fight Bradis Prescott, since you never did it. Fight Danny Garcia again, since he's still winning, and you swear up and down that you can beat him. Fight him. Fight him at 147. I'm sure he'll move up to make that. I'm sure it's a big payday for both of them. So I don't think opportunities should just be given based on name or whatever. So same thing with Pacquiao. I would watch the fight. I think it's lost some of its luster, but I think Pacquiao should concentrate more on Brandon Rios, more on avenging his losses, and then worry about making a fight with the rival promotional company and rival network. So that's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Is Bob Arum using Mayweather's name to sell tickets? I definitely think he is, because at the end of the day, Mayweather in his last fight, he made $80 to $100 million. Fighting Canelo broke records. Even before that, against Robert Guerrero, since he fought 2 times this year, he got like a guaranteed $32 million or something like that. So it's apparent at this point, Pacquiao kind of needs to bring up Mayweather's name far more than Mayweather needs to bring up Pacquiao's name. But let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. If you disagree, let me know why in the comments. Leave an intelligent comment, and we'll talk about it. That's really all I got to say. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego, signing off.